Hi guys, today let's talk about some new mouse pads from Teevolution. So previously Teevolution gave us a mouse we had backed Logitech for ages, and just recently they released their first mousepad line called the Genesis series, consisting of the GRAVIS and the Axis pads. What these two share in common is the base, the size and the thickness, but the cloth material and purpose of use is totally different. The base is one of their major selling points, and it consists of a silicone layer and a foam layer. This is a base I've never seen before, and it works really well. The softness is a bit on the X-Soft side, but the silicone just sticks to my desk like crazy. It also looks pretty nice, although you won't be looking at it at all when it's on your desk. The size is only 450 times 400 millimeters, which may work for some, but for me it is just way too small. I would say 490 times 420 is pretty much the standard to be aimed in today's market, so I'm kinda confused why they went with a smaller one. The issue is made even worse with the print they have on the surface, which is printed on top of the cloth material, which you can feel with your mouse, which pretty much limits the playable space even more. These prints are not gonna be like this on the production units, is what they told me, which I really hope is the case. They also did tell me they are gonna make larger variants in the future, which is a great thing. The stitching on both is very nice and low profile, and the build quality is honestly very good, alongside with a super nice packaging. Okay, then let's talk about the different surfaces. Let's start with the control pad, the GRAVIS. This is literally the slowest, the muddiest pad I've ever come across. It literally feels like there is some sort of glue residue on the surface that will stick to your hand, and for me it's not very pleasant to touch, since it feels like it leaves a sticky feeling to my skin whenever I touch it. I don't honestly think that this level of friction is needed on a pad unless you have a medical condition that causes you to be very shaky, but I'm very sure that there are some folks that like this experience. So yeah, the GRAVIS is definitely not something I like. It's just unusably slow. But the hybrid pad called the Axis is actually very good. It's a very high also-like pad with a slightly more static friction in proportion to the dynamic friction, which offers a really nice aiming experience. It has a decently fast dynamic friction with a little bit more static friction, and yeah, I feel like this will be a great fit for those who are not willing to spend so much on the Otsu. If this pad would be bigger, I would definitely use it more myself. I could see it being a great alternative to the Otsu, since there hasn't been a lot of other pads with this kind of friction balance. The surface is quite moisture resistant as well, which means this will perform nicely even on the sweatiest days. So if you are gonna get one of these pads, I could definitely recommend the Axis. But yeah, honestly, this is pretty much all I can talk about these pads. They are mouse pads, and I don't really feel like doing 10 minutes reviews about mouse pads anymore. But yeah, that is about it. The price of each will be $39.80, which is a great price, especially for the Axis, if you can live with a smaller size of the pad. That is it for this one. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.